Hey everybody, it's Kathy here tonight for my Tuesday night spiritual tea talk. So excited that you can join me. Please, if you're here, um, let me know. I love to know who's here as well as where you're from. As I said, especially if you're not from the GTA, it's always exciting to see where everybody is from. Um, so tonight we're going to talk about me. Ooh. Just thought I'd talk a little bit about how I came into doing tea leaf readings, about why I do tea leaf readings, and how I do them as well. So, hi, Margaret. Nice to see that you're able to join me. I don't know if you sent me a message, but anyways, I'm here right now. So let me get set up and I'll start to tell you a little bit about myself before I tell you about myself. So my name's Kathy. I'm a tea leaf and tarot reader. I've been doing this over 4 years professionally now. Um, and I'm also a steep tea or sipology consultant, providing quality loose leaf teas and really neat tea accessories. So if you're a tea lover, you should really check out the catalog and see what teas and what other fun things that are tea related that you should that you might be wanting. So let me start about me and how did I become a tea leaf reader. Um, in case you didn't know, my background is computers. I actually took computers way back in high school. We won't mention the year. Then took college with computers as well, graduated college, and then, hi Maureen, too, you're here. Then did a number of computer jobs. Usually didn't stay for too long. I'd be somewhere for a couple of years, somewhere else for a couple of years, moved around, somehow ended up settling here in Brampton, where I am now. And and then we come to many years later, we come to 2012, where I was watching Dragon's Den, and I saw them talk about steep tea or sipology, as they're known now. Excuse me. And they were talking about a new company that was, well, fairly new, about 7 years old at that time. They were selling loose leaf teas, and they were doing it through direct sales. And I had been involved with direct sales previously, and like that model of not having to develop the products, not having to worry about the literature, not having to worry about stock, all of those wonderful things that go with direct sales, but getting a commission on selling. And I love tea, so it just fell in line with me. I jumped on board, and here I am selling tea, even though I really didn't know as much as I do now about tea. Didn't know there was all these other white teas or a nice rooibos or, what a pu'er was. But I'm getting sidetracked. So, so here I was, kind of sinking or swimming, and selling tea and loving almost every single one that I tried. And I would get an occasional person that says, "Oh, teas are so interesting. Have you ever done tea readings before?" And I'm like, "No, hadn't thought of it." The next thing I know, and I always say the universe pushes us in certain directions, um, the universe told me a couple times about Reiki. And if anybody's not familiar with Reiki, it's a healing modality that uses energy from the universe to help people both emotionally and physically heal. So I took that, and that led me to being a lot more intuitive. So I stopped kind of questioning when my my senses said, oh, I should turn right at this light instead of go straight. And then I'd find out later that there was an accident ahead of me. And, so I started to listen to my intuition and started to be a little more open to getting messages from the universe. I played a little around with tarot. I met a lady that became my mentor, and she talked about things like crystal balls and the tarot cards and mediumship and tea leaf readings, like how to do a tea leaf reading. And it was from her that I kind of developed my style of doing tea leaf readings. So it was a progression, like most people. And I must, of course, say a huge hello to my friend Marilyn, who I've done lots of readings with as the Divine Duo. So the Divine Duo comes out to your place pre-COVID. And we do readings. So Marilyn would do a 20-minute reading, and I would do a 20-minute reading for the same person. And we were doing home parties, or bachelor parties, or even we had a grand opening that we came and did some readings for people. So excuse me. So I'm grateful that I connected with Marilyn as well, because she helped me learn to do more readings and be more comfortable with it as well. And then I kind of have branched out in the last couple of years on my own, and have developed my intuition even more. So even though I love to use my teacup, and anyone that's watched me before knows that you don't have to be here in person. You don't drink the tea. We just use the cup and the tea leaves to provide messages. So I'll see a lion, or I'll see a number two, or we'll see something inside the cup, and then using my intuition, I'll say, oh, the number two, do you have a choice to make right now? And I again, using my intuition, can actually feel whether or not someone's happy or sad, or whether or not that's a male or a female, or use my intuition to provide the messages as well. So I love using the teacup as kind of the base, and how we get started with providing messages and seeing what the universe has for you. And I always say a prayer before I do a reading, just to let my guides know that, and your guides, whoever I'm reading for, that I want what's the best for you, and the best information that will help you grow or help you move forward. So we're not looking for just any information. We're looking for information that's going to help you, or information that is good for you right now. So it's never just am I, going to win the lottery tomorrow? That's not necessarily something you need to know. Hopefully we all do, right? That would be lovely. But that may not be something that would help you grow intellectually, or with your business, or with your life purpose. So yeah, I do take what I do very seriously as well. And I like to use my tea leaf reading cards. So I'm sure anyone that's watched me here live knows that I usually use three, because I find three, not two, three, because the two or the three will tell a bit of a story. So when we put the three cards together, we get information that I think one card would not necessarily provide. So I'm able, again, to use my intuition with the cards and say, okay, well, maybe that means this to you as opposed to that for someone else. So it develops a story, and we're able to provide something very unique and very personal for everyone that I give a reading for. So I don't know if you guys had a question. I see you've stuck around, both Margaret and Maureen. Did you have a specific question about me, or about how I became a reader, or how I got here into this comfortable place of being able to provide messages to people that are looking for answers. So I always say it's the people that are kind of at crossroads or are somewhere where they're trying to make a decision and trying to move forward. Those people that feel stuck, those are my clients. Those are the people that I love to help. I like to let them know that they can move forward, that there are options. I like people to know too that they can use their own intuition. So don't try and second guess yourself quite so much. Take some action, move forward, be comfortable with the decisions that you are making. So those are my generic messages that I bring to people. And sometimes I do connect with loved ones. That's been happening more as my skills are developing, and I'm learning to accept these messages that are coming through. Definitely not what I would consider a medium. I don't connect to someone's pure energy, but I am able sometimes to maybe feel if they come with a short message or something that they'd like you to know. So that's always special when I'm able to help someone, especially if they're grieving, and they like to know that there is still that connection there with them. So anyways, I don't see that there's any specific questions anybody had about my history and how I got here. As I said, it was a bit of a adventure, shall we say, and I was very resistant at first, but luckily the universe put the right people and the right things on my path, and I'm able now to help other people and help them, and hopefully maybe I can be the right person on your path to help you make some of your choices and move forward in your life as well. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to remind everybody that I do 30 and 60-minute readings. If you'd like to book an appointment, they're actually available. You can see my schedule on Facebook. And next week, yay, I'm actually adding a couple more days. So I used to just do Sundays and Fridays. Now I've added Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that will allow more flexibility for people that are trying to book an appointment with me. So hopefully that will help. And I see Margaret had a question, so let me go. Oh, will I be working with Marilyn again? And it's kind of an interesting question because we have been talking in the last couple of weeks, Margaret, about a unique project. So I'll leave it there because it's just it's just a little seed right now. So we'll see whether or not something grows from that. But yeah, definitely a possibility of Marilyn and I. We haven't officially closed the Divine Duo, but her and I are both doing our own separate readings for people, and maybe we can work together in the future. So thank you so much for that question. And I'll sign off now so that so that this doesn't become too long and people leave me. No, no. But there you go. Now we've got a third viewer. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I'm going to say take care and happy reading. Bye.